To BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Navin and today I'll be taking you through TISSNET series where we are covering the entire syllabus. We are revising the entire syllabus and we'll be doing higher maths today, modern maths, not higher. So in modern maths, we have got probability, permutation and combination and set theory. These three topics fall under this category. So, yep, welcome again everyone. Yeah, good evening Radhika, Sonal, Naman. नमन कीबोर्ड में ओ नहीं है. So what is the weightage of this particular topic in TISSNET, right? So it comes under the area QA, right? The sub area is modern mathematics that contains PNC, probability and set theory, like I said. And the weightage is you are going to have around 4 to 5 questions in the quantitative section. Okay, so it's going to be a part of quantitative section and you can expect around 4 or 5 questions from here. So comparing this topic with other topics, obviously this is not a lot, but this one is good enough, right? 4 to 5 is good enough number of questions. So we have got set theory, PNC and probability. Okay. Now, let's have a quick recap as to, what are the concepts or what are the formulas that are important when we have to deal with these three subtopics. Okay, so let's start with set theory. So in the case of a set theory of when you have two sets of a Venn diagram, then you draw two circles, right? So the number of values within a circle where the set is called set A, that is given as n of A. N here means the number of values, number of elements inside that. And that A is divided into two parts. One part which is called only A. So this region is only A. Okay. The second one is only B, which is like a moon shaped, not the entire moon, not the entire circle, but a part of it. And the central region is A and B. While if you take all the three regions, that is called A or B. And the outermost region is called neither A nor B, or it is also known as none. Okay, so none of the sets. So these are the four major regions that we deal with. If you look at the white shaded and the pink shaded, they together become set A. The pink and yellow, they together become set B. And A or B means the white, pink and yellow shaded regions. A and B means only the pink shaded region. So the formula that we have, De Morgan's theorem, is number of elements in A union B, here union stands for OR, is the total number of elements in A plus the total number of elements in B minus the total number of elements in A and B. As in pink region ka total elements, whatever you have, you need to subtract it once. When we deal with three set Venn diagrams, so suppose the three sets are named as P, Q, R, then you have this region which is only P. Okay, you have the next region which is only Q. You have the next region which is only R, right? Then you have a region which is only P and Q. Next you have a region which is only Q and R. Next you have a region which is only P and R. Next you have a region which is all three of them. And the one outside, which is denoted by H, is called none of the regions, or neither P nor Q nor R, right? There is another way of representing these sets in minimalistic form. For example, when somebody says exactly one set, we are dealing with A, B and C. These are the regions that lie in only one set. Similarly, exactly two sets or only two sets, we have got D, E and F, that these regions are the part of only two sets. While the central region, which is G, it's exactly three sets, also called as all of the sets. None or neither of the sets is denoted by H. At least two sets means two and more. At least one set means one or more. So in at least one set, you will never have H. You will have all the letters from A to G, which is a total of 7 letters if you count it. And the De Morgan's theorem says that number of elements in A or B or C is given as total number of elements in set A plus total number of elements in set B plus total number of elements in set C minus number of elements in set A and B minus, if I open the bracket, it's going to be another minus, right? Number of elements in A and C. It's not only A and C, it's A and C. So intersection is for or and union is for or. And then you add number of elements which are in A and B and C, which is denoted nothing but by G. De Morgan's theorem, they are very rarely used while solving questions, because we will have equations more and variables more, and it becomes cumbersome. So अपन क्या करते हैं? We draw the Venn diagram, put in the values wherever they are required, and we go ahead with it. In the case of set theory, if you have a question that is based on percentages, as in if it is given that, let's say, 80% of the people are in set P, 70% of the people are in set Q. Everything is in terms of percentages. So what we do is we assume that the universal set, as in the value of this entire boundary, the box within which you have the sets, where the sets lie, that is taken as 100, and then using that 100 we start solving. Instead of 100 you can take any number, but to make the calculation easier you should always choose 1 followed by a certain number of zeros. Okay. Next, permutation and combination. So combination, also known as NCR, we have few things. So NCR is also written as like this, so that we don't have to deal with superscript and subscripts while typing, right? So NCR is same as NCN minus R. This is one very important result. Second result is NC0 is always 1, while NC1 is N and NCN is 1. Okay, the next three, they are the deduction from the first result. Okay, and it's better if you remember the factorials up to 8. 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 6, 4 factorial is 24, and so on. Up to 8 factorial agar yaad hai, so sometimes looking at the options, you will have an idea as to, did they calculate 6 factorial? Did they calculate 7 factorial? So it's going to be quicker. That's it. Now, in the case of combination, we have, if you take the summation of all the NCRs, ठीक है, इसको in short ऐसे लिखते हैं, summation of all the NCRs, then it is given as 2 to the power n. Okay, here R is going to be from 0 to n. This is when the objects, they are different, but if they are identical, you don't have NCR allowed in combination. It will not make any sense. So you simply write 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so the total number of ways of selection from n identical things, as in 0 के लिए भी 1 way है, 1 के लिए भी 1 way है, 2 के लिए भी 1 way है, 3 के लिए भी 1 way है, and up to n you will have 1 way. So 1 is actually written over here n plus 1 times. So their sum is going to be n plus 1. Okay, it's not the sum of 0, 1, 2, 3 actually. 0, 1, 2, 3 here denotes, do you want to select 0 item? Do you want to select 1 item? Do you want to select 2 items? And so on. Do you want to select n items? The sum of all these possibilities will be n plus 1. So just don't straight away use NCR. You need to very carefully know, are we dealing with different or distinct objects, or are we dealing with identical objects? Permutation, also known as arrangement in a lot of scenarios. The number of arrangements of n different things is given by NPR, and NPR is written as n factorial upon n minus r factorial. Okay. The number of arrangements of n things taken all at a time, at which p things are identical, q things are identical of another type, and the rest is are I mean q are the rest, the leftover ones, is given as n factorial by p factorial q factorial. This is also known as the case of grouping. If you guys have done PNC a bit, you will have an idea. At least you can recall the words. कि grouping में formula लगता है. So this is a grouping formula, which is nothing but another way of representing permutation. Yeah, good evening everyone. Good evening. Can we expect more than one question from Venn diagram, like 2-3 set of a question? हाँ नमन, बिल्कुल. Okay. Vaman, we are going to have. I think we are going to very soon have, or I'll have to check if we had a session regarding the analysis of it. I think at 7 o'clock we had the analysis, no? देख लेना एक बार आप चैनल पे देख लो, ठीक है? Probability. So that's combination and permutation. The next one is probability. If A and B are two dependent sets, okay, then the set theory logic works here. Instead of number of values, we deal with probability of A or B is given as probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of happening both A and B. Okay. Now, there are three further cases of this dependent sets. One is when things are mutually exclusive. Okay. So, instead of dependent, they become independent. So A union B is given as simple sum, as in this is a scenario where P and A intersection B, this becomes 0. Mutually exhaustive event, as in when two events, they cover all the possibilities, then sum of their individual probabilities is going to be 1. Independent events, when the events are completely, not at all related. So instead of intersection, you have got P of B into P of A. So there is multiplication. So depending upon what kind of question we are dealing with, that's what we need to do. You don't have to really get into what is exclusive, what is exhaustive, what is independent, what is dependent. ये आपको solve करते करते पता चलेगा. Dependent is a scenario where one outcome is related to others outcome. For example, if you are running a race, whether you come first or second or third or fourth, it's not alone your choice. It also depends how fast or how slow the others were running. तो बाकी लोग पे भी depend करता है कि आपका rank क्या होगा. So running a race is an example of dependent event. Independent event is a scenario where it really doesn't matter what others are going to get. You will get whatever amount of hard work you're going to put in. So let's take an example of writing a college exam. Okay, if you're writing an exam in your college or during your school days, and if the exam is of, let's say, 100 marks, whether you will get 100 or 90 or 80 or 50, it depends on your preparation. It doesn't matter what marks your friend or what others are getting in the class. So writing an exam and getting some percentage or a rank has to do with independent events. Okay? Okay. Now let's try to solve questions. See, in TISSNET, you do not really get very difficult questions. If you guys are thinking, will we have conditional probability in TISSNET? No. Bayes theorem नहीं आएगा TISSNET में, नहीं आ सकता. ठीक है, Bayes theorem CAT में नहीं आता है, तो इसमें से दूर की बात है. So the first question is, find the probability of getting a sum of 15 or more when 3 dice are rolled. Okay. So when 3 dice are rolled, total कितने cases होंगे? That goes in the denominator, right? So total cases आप इधर लिख दोगे. And getting a sum of 15 or more, that is going to go in the numerator. So 15 or more, or we can say at least 15. ये आप numerator में लिखोगे and this will give you the answer. So this is not going to be very quick. Okay, थोड़ा सा तो time लगेगा because you will have to deal with the cases one by one patiently. These questions are better than direct formula based questions, because if somebody is good with formulas, they will be able to solve it much quicker. Right now, everyone is going to struggle the same. So such questions where the formula is not directly applicable are the best questions you can attempt. हर कोई फंस रहा है, हर किसी को टाइम लग रहा है. Okay, all you need to do is be quick, not make silly mistakes, and make sure that you count the total cases properly and each of the cases as well, right? So the first is, what is going to be the denominator? Since we are talking about 3 dice and each dice has 6 faces, so we are going to have a total of 6 into 6 into 6. Total cases apne paas 6 into 6 into 6, which is 216. Now, if we have 216, if you try to simplify it, will you get a 52? 200 is 216 in the table of 52? That's what I'm trying to ask. Nope. तो ये दो तो नहीं हो सकता. Between Bravo and Charlie, between B and C option, we need to find out कि ये क्या हो सकता है, because 54 into 4 is 216, right? So you should try to get 28 in the numerator or 25. Suppose if you get 26 in the numerator and you are still left to count more cases, so 26 to aa chuka na, so definitely C is not the answer. You'll have to go to B. But if you are trying really hard and still you cannot cross 25, then you will realize that C is the answer. So right now we need to see kitne cases honge. So for that we will have to start with sum kitne honge aur uske cases kitne banenge. Can we have a sum of 0 when you add the numbers on the top face of the 3 dice? हो ही नहीं सकता. 1 बिल्कुल नहीं. 2 बिल्कुल नहीं. 3 yes. You can have sum as 3, right? How many ways are there to form sum as 3? 3 can be formed as 1 plus 1 plus 1, right? So 1 plus 1 plus 1 matlab ek case hoga. Okay, next is sum as 4. Is it possible? Yes. 4 can only happen with 1, 1, 2. So if we take 1, 1 and 2, so this is going to have how many cases? How many cases are we going to get? We can have 1, 1, 2, we can have 1, 2, 1, we can have 2, 1, 1. So we're going to have 3 cases. Can we have this sum as 5? So we are going to have 1, 1 and 3. Or we can have 1, 1 and 2. Sorry, 1, 2 and 2. Not 1, 1, 2. 1, 2 and 2. So you're going to have 3 cases for this. You are going to have 3 cases for this. Similarly, 6 sum banana है. उसके कितने होंगे? 7 sum banana है. उसके कितने cases होंगे? Find out the cases, add them. That will take you to the numerator. So tell me the answer. Yeah. Good evening, Sonal. अच्छा, why am I taking iska? Sorry. It says 15 or more, no? Sorry. I should actually start with 15. Otherwise, this will be very calculative. So sum is going to be 15. How many ways are there? So we can have 6, 6 and 3. We can have 6, 5 and 4. Any other possibility with 6? No. Next we can have is 5, 5 and 5. Any other possibility? No. There will be a repetition. If I make the second 5 as 6, it will go back to the previous one, right? इसके इतने types हैं. 663 itself will be 3. 654 is going to be 6 cases and 555 will be 1 case. 654, 645, 546. Count करो. Sum 16 बनाना है. So can I say for 16 it's going to be 6, 6 and 4. 664 itself will have 3 cases. Next we can have 655. 6, 5, 5 will have 3 cases. Can I move this 6 to 5, the first 6? No. If the first 6 changes to 5, the next two numbers should add up to give me 10, right? So that will be 6 or 4, right? So not 10, sorry, 11. It's going to be 6 or 5. So it will be repetition, right? 17 we can have. We can take 6, 6, 12, 12 plus 5. Can we have any more possibility of 6 apart from 6, 6, 5? No. Iske 3 cases honge. Next is, can we have some as 18? Yes, 18 can happen with 6, 6, 6. That is going to give us one possibility, right? Did we miss any? 6, 5, 5. It says 15 or more, right? 6, 6, 3. Okay. This should have been 20, not 25. Right, Vishwa. Right, Naman. Good. If you count, this is a total of 20. So this is going to be 20 by 666, as in 216. 20 by 216 is option C. You guys can see the chat, right? Not a lot of you are comfortable with this modern maths. And that's where some people have a lot of advantage. They solve questions on modern maths and they score much, much more. And whatever areas you are comfortable with, you're not able to solve all of them correct, and you do not have any more topics to actually cover the marks that you intended to. While somebody who's good at modern maths, they still have 4 to 5 questions that they can do well at. So ये एक important topic हो जाता है. So 5 by 54 is the answer. The next one. A query is given to 4 students of ABC College. Their respective chances of solving are this. Find the probability that the query is solved. Dependent event, independent event. Though iska zarurat nahi hai in order to solve this, right? But if you can figure out that whether you are going to solve the question or not, it doesn't depend upon who else solved it. So it's independent, right? You are completely independent in whatever you are trying to do. So in the case of independent event, you multiply, right? So if I multiply all of this, it means first student will solve and second student will solve and third student will solve. Is it given that the query is solved by all of them, or even a single student solves, tab bhi chalega? Even when a single student solves, that will also do, right? So first student solves, the remaining 3 doesn't. The second student solves, the remaining 3 doesn't. If we continue all these cases, there are going to be tons and tons of cases. So we will have to work a little smart, right? So let's say the first student is A, the next one is B, the next one is C, the next one is D. I'm saying A can't solve. What is the probability that A can't solve? Can I say out of 8, 3 chances are there that A can solve? Then can we say remaining 5 chances are there that it can't solve, which you can treat as 1 minus 3 upon 8. Okay? Similarly, B can't solve. Out of 7, 5 cases में solve कर लेता है, तो बाकी 2 cases में नहीं कर पाएगा, which is nothing but 1 minus 5 upon 7. Similarly, C can't solve. C is able to solve 5 times out of 8 times he is given a problem. So that means in the remaining 3 cases, he can't solve it. So can't solve is 3 out of 8, which can be calculated by doing 1 minus 5 by 8. And similarly, when D can't solve, for D, we have 2 upon 5. मतलब 5 बार problem दो, उसमें से 2 बार solve करेगा. Remaining 3 times he can't. So that means it's going to be 3 upon 5, which can be calculated from here. Now, if nobody can solve, so can I say A can't solve and B can't solve and C can't solve and D can't solve? This will be the product. Here it means nobody solves it. If nobody solves it, is this, then what will be at least any one of them solves it? Can we say 1 minus this entire expression? Total cases में से, if you remove that scenario where nobody is able to solve it, what are the leftover scenarios? The question was solved, right? By how many people? At least one. हो सकता है 2 people must have solved it. Which 2? Don't know. All those are considered automatically. So this is a faster approach where you calculate neither of all of them and then you subtract that from 1 eventually. So how much is this going to result in? So we can only take care of this 5, right? And a 2. So this is going to be 7 into 4 into 8. So this is going to be 9 divided by 4 into 7 into 8. If I, okay, we do have none of these. ठीक है, तो ये तो करना पड़ेगा. So we have 8 into 7, 56. 56 into 4 is 224. This will result in 224 minus 9, which is going to be 215 upon 224. As in, you give them problem 224 times, out of those 215 times, कोई ना कोई तो solve कर ही लेगा. So B becomes our answer. Sonal hai. That is the reason, as you guys can see, Sonal has said it's time consuming, right? Of course. Why do you think a lot of people don't like modern maths? आज तक school में सीखा, during your preparation of competitive exams you may have again tried to learn it, maybe in college you again tried it, right now in competition again you are trying to learn it, and still we have never been able to master it. Why? These are time consuming concepts, time consuming solutions, and after doing so much, if you make a silly mistake, your answer doesn't match, then people generally give up. Even I used to do that, क्योंकि आप किसी चीज के लिए मेहनत कर रहे हो और फ्रूट नहीं मिल रहा है, तो आप जाके चेक भी नहीं करते कि गलती क्या करी है. यू लाइक, अरे छोड़ो यार, ये टॉपिक ही छोड़ दो. So we have been struggling to be very good at especially PNC and probability for the past, I believe, 7 years, पर नहीं कर पाए. 7 years में लोग दूसरे लैंग्वेज में मास्टर हो जाते हैं. They are good enough to go and stay in other countries. पर ये दो टॉपिक्स नहीं हो पाता. So everyone is correct except for one. I mean, almost everyone is correct. The answer was 215 upon 224. Next one. Ankur has 5 coins of different denominations. What is the number of different sums of money he can form? Different denominations is there. No, Vishwa, there is no shortcut. Sorry. I'm telling you the simplest approaches of each of the questions. लंबा अप्रोच तो बहुत लंबा जाएगा. Five different keyword, different. Since you have different, you know what you can use. Had this been identical, then you knew what you had to do. We already discussed at the beginning of the session, right? Distinct में क्या करते हैं, identical में क्या करते हैं. Anyone? See, when you have questions like these and you have no idea what to do, who is going to solve 5 coins? छोड़ो ना. ऐसे करते हैं. Suppose if I had only one coin of, let's say, 1 rupee. एक ही coin है, one coin. How many sums of money can I have? Can I say एक ही बन सकता? 1. Suppose if I have 2 coins, एक coin है 1 rupee का and another coin is of 2 rupee. What all money can I get? Can I say I can have 1 rupee? 1 रुपये तो दे सकते हैं ना? I can pay, I can buy something for 1 rupee. I can buy something for 2 rupees and I can also buy something for 3 rupees. So can I say there are 3 ways for this? If I have 3 coins, एक 1 rupee का है, another is 2 rupees and another is 5 rupees. What all different sum of money I can get? I can buy something 1 rupee ka, I can buy something 2 rupees ka, I can buy something 5 rupees ka, I can buy something 1 plus 2 3 rupees ka, I can buy something for 1 plus 5 6 rupees ka, I can buy something for 2 plus 5 7 rupees ka, I can buy something for 1 plus 2 plus 5 8 rupees ka. 1 2 3 4 5 6, there are 7 ways. Now what you have to do is find the pattern. 1 coin में 1 आता है, 2 coins में 3 आता है, 3 coins में 7 आता है. So if we have n coins here, how many ways will be there? Because we really cannot solve all of that. So this one is 2 to the power 1 minus 1. This 3 is 2 square minus 1. This 7 is 2 cube minus 1. So if we had 3 coins, it's 2 to the power 3 minus 1. If we had 2 coins, it is 2 to the power 2 minus 1. If we had 1 coin, it is 2 to the power 1 minus 1. So if you're going to have n coins, the total number of ways or different sums of money we can form is 2 to the power n minus 1. Now, it doesn't matter whether we are given 5 or 15 or 7 or 8, अपन को पूरा solve नहीं करना पड़ेगा. The answer is going to be 31. 2 to the power 5 minus 1. 2 to the power 5, I believe everybody is aware. It's 32. So 31 हो जाएंगे. The other approach is lengthy. Not that lengthy, but you should be comfortable with the formula that we know. Since we have 5 coins, तो 5 में से single coin लोगे या 5 में से 2 coins लोगे तो एक पैसा बनेगा, एक money बनेगा, sum of money. If you take 3 coins out of 5 coins, you will get some sum of money. If you take 4 coins out of 5 coins, if you take 5 coins out of 5 coins, what is the sum of this? In case you guys don't remember, we saw that when we looked into combination. आप 0 से लेके n तक, where n is the number above, पूरा लिखते हो, it is 2 to the power n. Right? As in if I write, instead of n, if I write 5, this entire thing changes to 5c0 plus 5c1 plus 5c2 and so on up to last हो जाएगा 5c5. That is equal to 2 to the power 5. Right? So, if I had 5c0 also, this would have become 2 to the power 5. But ये तो नहीं है. Because if you want to form a sum of money, you need to at least use 1 coin, no? ऐसा तो नहीं कि free में कुछ खरीद लिया. That's not called buying, right? So 5c0 is, the value of 5c0 is 1. So what will be the value of this entire thing? This is like 1 plus x is equal to 32. What is x? यही है ना, अगर इसको x मान लूं तो. So of course, this entire combo is going to be 32 minus 1, which will give you anyways 31. So this is an alternate approach. The alternate approach is only good for you if you remember that, the thing that we just saw, summation of NCR is 2 to the power n. And also, because we have different coins, you can use NCR. Had this been identical, NCR is not allowed. Same slide that I showed you, उसके नीचे लिखा हुआ था, it was 1 plus 1 plus 1, no NCR there, right? So 31 is going to be the answer. Good. Next, find how many distinct 3-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 0 to 9 such that the digits are in ascending order. A very good question. It's going to be little, what shall I say, little time consuming because of the cases a bit, because 0 is here. Had 0 been not here, बहुत simple होता. ठीक है, अब इधर 0 है. So how many distinct 3-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 0 to 9 such that the digits are in ascending order? Anyone? I will rather have something else. So I'm not going to risk it. क्योंकि मेरे को लग रहा है कि थोड़ा डिफरेंट टाइप का आंसर आएगा. Vrinda, if that they need to be in ascending order, so you can't have 3 to 1, no? 3 to 1 is not ascending. 1 2 3 is ascending. One of those two you have to consider, है ना? Aniket, good question. It is not mentioned that repetition is allowed or not. But think about it. If repetition is allowed, will the digits be in ascending order? If repetition is allowed, common sense. Suppose it's not given. And if you want to use repetition, will it work? नहीं ना. ठीक है, चलो सॉल्व करते हैं. सिंस आई हैव चेंज द ऑप्शन, सो ऑफ कोर्स वी नो कि आंसर क्या होने वाला है. ठीक है, सो since it's not mentioned from left to right or right to left, what I will do is I will assume that this is how I'm going to do. Okay, and since they are in ascending order, मतलब ये ऐसे बढ़ रहा होगा. Now from left to right, okay, I'm going to assume this. We will see what if the other possibility would have happened, as in the ascending order was actually from right to left. See, in English, in normal mathematics, you don't read from right to left, no, you only read from left to right. So ascending का by default sense तो यही बनना चाहिए. Excuse me. Now we have 10 digits here, 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. Can we have 0 here? No, 0 तो आ ही नहीं सकता. If 0 is going to be here, you can't have 3-digit number. So 0 तो नहीं ले सकते, right? Can I have 0 here? No, if 0 is here, then which digit do we have at the leftmost position? 0 से छोटा कौन सा number होता है? Not the ones that are given to us. So that means no matter what you do, 0 will nowhere be there in such a 3-digit number in ascending order. So actually the question changes to 1 to 9. Now we have these 9 digits. Out of these 9 digits, if I select any 3, ठीक है, Suppose when I say out of these 9 digits I select 3, तो मैंने select करा suppose 2, 5 and 8. ये 3 select करा. If I want to put these 3 digits here as per the given condition, in how many ways can I put these 3 digits there? 2, 5 and 8 को उधर को रखने का है. कितने तरीके से रख सकते हैं? Can I say no matter what I do, out of these 3, the smallest will go here only, the largest will go here only, और जो बीच में होगा वो बीच में ही होगा. So can I say there is only one way? So 9C3 into 1 कर दो. 9C3 is how many such 3 digits के group बना सकते हैं? And each group is going to generate only one number. So 9C3 into 1. So you're going to have this as 9 into 8 into 7 divided by 3 into 2 into 1. And of course there is a 1. If we try to solve this, this is going to be 12 into 7, which is going to be 84. Now, if by mistake, if you had assumed that the ascending was from right to left, then in that case 0 can come at the rightmost position. तो इससे तो ज्यादा ही होगा ना, because if you can form 258, you can also form 852. So 852 तो बनेगा, तो 84 तो बनेंगे ही बनेंगे, plus you will have more cases. None of the options that are given to us, they have a value which is 84 या उससे ज्यादा. सब 84 से कम है for sure. So even though had this been from right to left ascending, तब भी कोई ऑप्शन मैच नहीं करने वाला है. Is this clear? Everyone? Is this clear? I'm looking at the chat right now. ठीक है. To change this also, no? इसीलिए. Tough question, to be honest. No repetition. Sumit, 0 तो ले ही नहीं सकते ना? Sumit, can you tell me a 3-digit number where the digits are in ascending order? छोटा से बड़ा हो रहा है, जिधर को 0 आता हो. कोई एक नंबर बताओ जिसमें 0 आए और वो छोटा से बड़ा होता है. It's a 3-digit number. नहीं बता सकते आप, क्योंकि होता ही नहीं है. ठीक है. So when I'm saying if I am, the standard rule is left to right का reading. So if I take that, if I get 84 cases, तो right to left में 84 तो बनेगा ही, but you will have more because now 0 can be included. So answer जो भी होगा 84 या 84 से ज्यादा ही होगा. We don't have any option which says 84. So D should be the answer, right? So of course repetition should not be allowed. It's not allowed. So none of the above ही होगा. Okay, next question. It's a set theory question. तो चलो. In a school having 2,500 students, it was found that 45% of the students like tea, 22% of them like coffee, 14% of them like juice, 7% of the students like tea and coffee, 5% of them like coffee and juice, 6% of them like juice and tea, 3% of the students like all the 3 beverages, and every student likes at least one of these beverages. Then find the number of students who like only one beverage. So I'll help you with this. Don't take 2500, take 100. 100 पे solve कर लो, बाद में comparison कर ले. Don't end up doing 45% of 2500, 22%. Don't do that. 100 ले लो ताकि values become easier. Right? Yeah, and also whoever is watching right now, please make sure that you like the video. केवल like करना है. It's like कुछ तो नहीं लगेगा, ना मेहनत ना पैसे, पर हमारा मोरल बूस्ट हो जाता है. We are like, okay, fine, these many students, they liked the video, they liked the questions, they liked the content. So let's bring in more content to the students. तो वो एक हमें push मिलता है. So please make sure that you like. Okay. So instead of 2500 students, मैं तो पहले 100 करूँगा. There are 100 students, that's what I'm going to assume. Okay. And and since it says every student likes at least one of the beverages, means इधर को 0 है. I hope everybody agrees. Right? You must have done enough number of set theory questions ki you would know that whenever a question says everybody is going to like at least one of the games or movies or music, or at least each of the student passed the exam, this जो none वाला part है वो 0 हो जाता है. It doesn't exist, right? There is nobody over there. Next, 45% of the students like tea. So let's say white wala jo circle hai, that's tea. There are 45 students here. Yellow wala is coffee. There are 22 students there. And juice is red wala. So in the case of juice, there are 14 students. And 3% of the students like all the three beverages. So the central region is of utmost priority, right? Beach wala region सबसे पहले पता करना होता है. So that's why I'm reading that. I'm solving that part first. So this is going to be 3. I hope nobody has any doubt. We are done with this. We are done with this. We are done with this. And then we are done with the other 2 underlined parts. Next, we have to solve this. 7% or 7 students like tea and coffee. So tea and coffee means this petal shape region, है ना? वो yellow and white के बीच वाला. Not ignore red. White and yellow के बीच में 7 should be there. Out of those 7, 3 is already present. 3 पहले से बैठा हुआ है. So we are going to have this as 4. Okay. 5 of them like coffee and juice. Similarly, for coffee and juice, the petal shape between the red and the yellow line. 3 is already there. We need 5 of them. So 2 more to go. 6 of them like juice and tea. So juice and tea means red and white petal वाले region में 6 लोग दिखने चाहिए. Out of which 3 is already present. So ये 3 हो जाएगा. Right? So we are done with this part. Question is, find the number of students who like only one beverage. So they are asking us to find the number of students who like only one beverage, as in these 3. So can I say, please pay attention to what I'm saying. Can I say out of 100 people, if I subtract, if I get rid of the number of students present here, तो obvious सी बात है, the number of students left at only tea, only coffee and only juice, that means the number of students who like exactly one beverage, only one beverage will be left. तो वही कर लेते हैं. Rather than trying to figure out ये तीनों values, सीधे minus कर दो ना. क्यों time खराब करें? So 100 minus 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2, which is going to be 12. So 100 minus 12 is 88. So the sum of these 3 regions is 88. Now remember, out of 100, if we have 88 people, so out of 2500, we need to have 88% of 2500 people. I hope there is no mistake here. 22, 14. Okay. यहाँ पर ये गड़बड़ हो रहा है कि even if I add them, it's not going to give us 100. ठीक है. So just give me a moment. So even if I take that as 41, that is not going to change it. Okay, what I will do right now is, see, none of the options is matching. I'm erasing this part. Okay. I am erasing this part because some 100 nahi aa raha hai. Okay. So right now we will have to actually find out how many students like only tea, only coffee, and only juice, and then add them. That is the best that we can do right now. So out of 14, we can see red circle, okay, juice wala circle. Out of 14, we see 3 plus 3 plus 2, which is 8. So this will be 6, right? Out of 22, we see 4 plus 3 plus 2, which is 9. So this is going to be 13. And out of 45, we'll see 10, 3, 3, 4. So this will be 35. So the total number of people who like only one of the beverages is 35 plus 13 plus 6, which is 35 plus 18, which I believe is 53. So 53% of 2500. नहीं 53 नहीं होना चाहिए ना. हाँ नहीं 53 नहीं 53 नहीं. Made some calculation mistake here. This is 54% of 2500. Now 54% of 2500 is same as 54 into 25, which is same as 27 into 2 into 5 into 5. 2 into 5 is going to end in a 0, and 27 into 5 is nothing but 135. So yes. So that part of the question where every student likes at least one of the beverages was making the question wrong. So remaining students are here, but that's not our concern. Concern क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि हमें only one beverage वाला region चाहिए था. We needed the sum of these three. Okay? Got it? If that is going to be 0, the question is going to be wrong. As in none of the options will match, none of the things will match. तो वो वाला part नहीं है. Ignore this. So 1350 is the answer. Okay. Next one. Let universal set be a set such that it is made up of x, where x is a natural number and x lies from 1 to 9. Okay. N being the set of all natural numbers, and if a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, b is equal to 3, 5, 7, 9, find the complement of a minus b. Complement of a minus b would mean a minus b ka complement. This is also sometimes written as a minus b ka complement. This is also sometimes written as a minus b ka complement. So these are three different ways of writing down the same thing. You put a single inverted comma, that's complement. You put small c, that's complement. You put a bar throughout above it, it's a complement. So what do you mean by a minus b? Right? I believe this will be pretty easy. This is a, this is b. A minus b का पहले check करते हैं. Let's ignore the complement. A minus b means all those values in a which are only for a, not for b. है ना? तो a में 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 है. इधर से 1 b में नहीं है. So I will keep 1 because 1 is exclusively for a. I will keep 2 because 2 is exclusively for a. I can't take 3. And similarly, I can't take 5. So a minus b is going to be 1, 2, and 4. And if a minus b is 1, 2, 4, what will be the complement of it? Complement matlab everything except 1 to 4. So everything except 1 to 4 will mean I can't have 1, I can't have 2, I can have 3, I can't have 4, I can have 5, I can have 6, I can have 7, I can have 8, I can have 9, right? So let's see. Okay, good. 3 of you have answered it already. I hope this makes sense. ठीक है. Next question. From a pack of cards, playing cards, a pack of playing cards have 52 cards. 2 cards are selected at random. Find the probability that each selected card is from a different suit. Find the probability that each selected card is from a different suit. How can we do that? So you can't have this excuse that I don't play playing cards, so I have no idea. क्योंकि पापा बोलते हैं कि जुआ मत खेलो. You can do magic using playing cards. You don't have to gamble every time you pick up a playing card, right? It's for educational purpose. ये बोलो पापा को और खेलो. दिवाली के दिन मत खेलना. तब तो पापा को यही लगेगा कि कुछ गड़बड़ी कर रहे हो. So since we have 52 cards, out of these 52 cards, we can pick any card, right? Suppose if I happen to pick a card and this card turned out to be a diamond. Koi bhi card, right? It's going to be one of the cards. After this card is being selected, can I say I'm going to have 51 cards left over? Out of these 51 cards, which card or how many cards can I select such that it's not diamond anymore? Right? So कितने cards बचेंगे जिसमें कि हमारे पास diamond नहीं होगा? हमें diamond नहीं चाहिए, which means I can have clubs, spades and hearts. Diamond not allowed. Anyone? And also we can very much understand that 52 by 52 is 1 and that is 51, right? 51 will eventually get to 17. It won't get to 19 as the denominator. Denominator में 19 तो नहीं आने वाला. So answer is either A or B. So can we say this card could be a heart wala card, this card could be a spade wala, club wala card, this is called club, and it could be a spade card. So how many cards do we have of each type? Heart kya abhi 13 hai. Spade also you have got 13 and clubs also you have got 13. So can we say we will have a total of 13, 13, 13, which is 39 cards with us? What will this result in? Taman, 11 कैसे आएगा बेटा? 11 नहीं आएगा ना? So they both are divisible by 3. You will be left with 13 upon 17. That should give you option A. ठीक है? Okay. Next, there are 6 doctors and 9 engineers. In how many ways can a group of 8 people be formed such that it has at least 6 engineers? So at least 6 means 6 engineers, 7 engineers, 8 engineers, 3 possibilities. Now doctors and engineers, they are identical or they are distinct? They are distinct. Why are they distinct? Because humans. By default, any 2 human beings, they are different from each other, right? So we are going to have 3 cases when we will have 6 engineers and since we need 8 people, to baki 2 doctors, or we can have 7 engineers and only 1 doctor, or we can have all of the 8 engineers together, right? 6 engineers. How many ways can we have to get 6 engineers out of 9 engineers? 9C6. Why C? Because distinct, just told you. 7 engineers के लिए, out of 9 engineers, 7 engineers, 9C7. 8 engineers, 9C8. 6 engineers and 2 doctors. So if you are dealing with doctors right now, so and 2 doctors means out of 6 doctors, we need 2 doctors. This is going to be 6C2. 1 doctor is going to be 6C1 and no doctor over here. So I don't have to write down anything or I can multiply it with 1. Okay, nahi lena doctor, that's one way. And we will have to eventually add. Why add? Because it says or. So in the principles of counting, or, English word or means addition, and the English word and, it means multiplication. Vice versa is also true. So please solve this and tell me which option do you think it's going to be. शुभम, प्रीवियस वाला कार्ड वाले क्वेश्चन का मेथड. शुभम, इससे आसान कोई तो मेथड नहीं होगा. सॉरी. Someone will say डिनोमिनेटर में 52C2 लिख दो, ऊपर में इसके केसेस बना लो, बट that will still take you more time than what we did. So 1485 is what people are getting. So how will I solve it? Okay, so what I'm going to do is 9C6 is same as 9C3. So I'm going to write 9C6 as 9C3 and 6C2. Then we had 9C7. So instead of 9C7, I'm going to write 9C2 and the next one was 6C1, right? And last wala kya tha? 9C8. Instead of 9C8, I'm going to write 9C1. Why did I change this? To make the calculation easier. Okay. 9C3 is 9 into 8 into 7 by 3 into 2. 6C2 is 6 into 5 by 2 into 1. 9C2 is 9 into 8 by 2 into 1. And 6C1 is 6 by 1. And 9C1 is 9 by 1. I hope everybody knows how to convert NCR into corresponding values. Now looking at the options, all the values, their last digits are different. So I'm not going to calculate all. Last digit dekhunga bas main. So 3 into 2, this will be 3. This is going to end in 4. 2 will take care of this. This will become 3. 2 will take care of this. This one will become 4. Right? And everything else is 1 in the denominator. So 5 into 3 into 7 into 4 into 3, this is a number that will end in 0. 5 or 4, 0 de dega. Plus 9 into 4 is 36. 36 into 6 will end in 6. So that's a number that ends in 6 plus 9. My final answer will definitely end in 0 plus 6 plus 9, which is 15 ka 5. So 5 wala option to ek hi hai. Because the options were different. We're having different last digits. Right? Clear? ठीक है, देखते हैं आंसर है क्या. 1485. Next one. A group of 32 people appeared in either LAT or NAT exam. 19 of them appeared in LAT and 8 appeared in both the exams. Find the percentage of people who appeared in NAT exam only. Set theory. So don't calculate in terms of percentages from the very beginning. Work in terms of values. Percentage last step mein karna. Remember previous wala 54% of 2500 last step tha. Before that we were working on actual values. Do the same thing here. So we have two set ka question hai na, LAT and then we have NAT. And the other thing that we are told is total 32 log hain. And out of these 32 people, they appeared in either one of these. This is 0. Same logic. 19 of them appeared in LAT. 8 appeared in both. How many people appeared here only in NAT? Right? So simple si baat hai. It's a simple calculation. It's all about how you perceive, how you view things. See, this entire is kitna hai ye? 19. It's already written outside the circle. 19 plus what is going to be equal to 32 because this is 0, है ना? So 19 plus what number will become that? कितना होगा? 13. 19 plus 13 is 32. So this 8 was also not important. कोई काम का नहीं था. So can we say the number of people who appeared in NAT exam only is 13? Right? So we need the total number of people. मेरे को इधर गड़बड़ लग रहा है क्योंकि 8 का यूज नहीं है. None of the options is close to 35 or 40%. So I think it should be more than that. So I'm going to change. मेरे को लग रहा है कि कुछ गड़बड़ इधर. So I'm removing the word only because फिर ये ना ऑप्शन नहीं मैच करेगा या आंसर गड़बड़ दे देगा. So I'm removing the word only. If I remove the word only, तो अब we can solve that this is going to be 8 and this is 13. So NAT के कितने लोगों ने appear किया था? As in how many people appeared for NAT? So it's going to be 13 plus 8, which is going to be 21. Now the answer is going to be close to the options that we have, 60% के आसपास. So there are total 21 people, 21 students, 21 people who appeared for NAT exam. Not only. Only में तो 13 है. Right? So what percentage is that? 21 upon 32. See, 21 upon 32 can be written as 3 times 63 upon 96. If the denominator is 96, it's 63. If the denominator, if I change it to 100, तो हमारा न्यूमरेटर 63 से तो ज्यादा हो जाएगा. 63 से ज्यादा हो जाएगा तो कितना ज्यादा होगा? Is it going to be 65 के आसपास? Is it going to be 68 के आसपास? Is it going to be 72 के आसपास? कितना ज्यादा हो जाएगा? Right? It's definitely going to be close to 70. विश्वा, why 21 plus 19 क्यों करने का है? NAT पूछा है ना, ये तो दूसरा एग्जाम है LAT, इसको 19 क्यों लेकर आओगे? है ना? एंड इफ यू आर थिंकिंग सर 21 plus 19 is 40, तो ये 8 भी तो है, माइनस करोगे ना. रिमेंबर, A plus B minus A intersection B gives you A union B. So 32 is equal to 19 plus 21 minus 8. चेक करो सही जा रहा है कि नहीं. बिल्कुल सही जा रहा होगा. 8 भी subtract होता है. So which percentage do you guys think it will end up at? Total 32 minus 19 of flat gives 13 of NAT. नहीं वृंदा, नहीं. If you subtract 19, अगर आप इसको हटा दोगे तो NAT मिलता है. नहीं, ये NAT का 8 भी आपने हटा दिया. That 8 is a part of NAT only. Only the white circle cannot claim its hold over it. That 8 is shared between both. Only LAT will not take it. NAT भी जाएगा. So when you remove 19 out of 32, पूरे में से अगर आपने 19 हटाया तो ये जो रीजन जो आपको बचा ना, ये चांद शेप का, इसको NAT नहीं, इसको only NAT बोलते हैं. So only NAT will become 13. NAT will be 13 plus 8. ठीक है? हाँ, so the answer is going to be 65.62, right? It will never touch 68. It's going to be very close to 66%. I hope this is clear. हाँ, टोटल 32 है. अरे ये 19 है. 19 आप किसको समझ रहे हो? ये 19 लिखा हुआ गाइस, आप इस रीजन को 19 समझते हो क्या, जो सर्किल के बाहर लिखते हैं? Classroom के बाहर it is written 100 students are inside. So once you enter, will you see 100 or will you see more than 100 or less than 100? 100 ही दिखेंगे ना? So this is a circular classroom. See, I'm using different color ink, so it should be clear. White ink को follow करो आप, white circle. Outside the classroom, it's written 19 people अंदर दिखेंगे. So do you think this is 19? ये 8 क्या है? White circle के बाहर हैं क्या? नजर नजर का फेर है. You have to follow the circle that we are talking about or whatever the question is discussing about. So 19 में से 8 तो already है ना? So this will end up in 11, no? 11 plus 8 is 19. And if 11 plus 8 is 19, तो 11 plus 8 plus what is 32? 13, no? Why am I not adding the outer one? Because that's already 0. It's given. They appeared in either LAT or NAT. There was nobody who did not appear in both the exams. I hope this is clear now, Vrinda. हाँ शुभम ओनली होता तो 40% के आसपास आता, इसीलिए मेरे को वो ओनली हटाना पड़ा. So 65.62 is the answer. Okay, next one. The number of arrangements that can be made with the letters of the word prison, there is no repetition, thankfully, such that the vowels occupy the even places. I hope everybody is aware of what vowels are. Those are A, E, I, O, U, and the vowels over here are I and O. That's all I see. So I and O, they are supposed to occupy the even places. So how many arrangements are possible? We have 6 positions, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, should we count the places from left or from the right? Doesn't matter. Same चीज है, mirror image बनेगा, right? So if I count the positions from here, तो 2, 4, 6. You need to have the vowels at these 3 positions, not necessarily all the 3 because we do not have those many vowels. We have only 2 vowels which are I and O, and the consonants we have are the remaining 4 which are P, R, S and N. So since the question is about putting the vowels at the even places, there are 3 even places and I need to put 2 vowels. In how many ways can I do that? Can I look at one of the vowels and say the first vowel has 3 options to go? इन 3 में से कहीं पे जाके रख देंगे. Next vowel, O will have the remaining 2 places to go. So I and O can go there in 3 into 2, 6 ways, right? The moment I get 6, I know the total answer should be in the table of 6. That itself is good enough for me to get the answer. 104 is not in the table of 6. 124 is not in the table of 6. 136 is not in the table of 6. Only 144 is in the table of 6. किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम? मेरे को आगे चेक भी नहीं करना. If I want to solve it entirely, so suppose I goes here and O goes here. P will have how many ways to go, how many options to go? 1, 2, 3, 4. P के पास 4 cases हैं, 4 जगह पे जाके बैठ सकता है. So P will go anywhere. Suppose P goes here. Next, it's R's turn. R will go at how many ways? Can be placed in how many ways? 3 ही जगह बचे हैं R के लिए. So R will take 3, S will take remaining 2, N will take remaining 1, and then suppose R goes here and then S goes here, N goes here. So this is one of the words where the vowels occupy the even positions. This is 6 and this is 24, 6 into 24 will anyways result in 144. पर हमारा टाइम वेस्ट हुआ ना ये कैलकुलेशन में. एक पार्ट निकाल लिया and this itself is telling us the answer should be in the table of 6. पहले चेक कर लो ऑप्शंस, एक ही है 6 के टेबल में 144. I did not know 144 was in the table of 6. I did not check that. I actually checked the first 3. They were not in the table of 6. 2 के टेबल में तो था सारा, 3 के टेबल में नहीं था. 3 was easier to check, no? Sum of digits should be divisible by 3. शुभम प्रैक्टिस करो, प्रैक्टिस करने से यार सब हो जाता है, ठीक है? Okay, Anjali has 250 balls which are numbered 1 to 250 in her bag. Find the probability of choosing a ball bearing number which is either a perfect cube or a perfect square, and the unit digit of the number is either a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 5. Very, very simple question. All you have to do is, once selected 250 में, you need to find how many such numbers exist जो कि या तो perfect cube हो या perfect square हो, या तो उसका and the unit digit of that number is either a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 5. Multiple of 3 का मतलब है कि unit digit is going to be 3, 6 or 9, and here the unit digit is going to be 5 or 0. ठीक है? Multiple of 3 में तो खैर 0 भी आना चाहिए. Since 0 is repeated, so I am ignoring it from one of the cases. How many such perfect cubes or perfect squares do we have from 1 to 250? दोनों में से कुछ भी चलेगा, स्क्वायर ले लो या क्यूब ले लो. So let's start with perfect cubes. How many perfect cubes do we have that from 1 to 250 that ends in 3, 6, 9, 5 or 0? So 1 का क्यूब तो नहीं होता, 2 का क्यूब भी नहीं आएगा, 3 का क्यूब is 27, 7 will not come here, 4 का क्यूब 64, 4 is not the units place, 5 का क्यूब is 125, so 5 का क्यूब एक मिला. Next, 6 का cube is 216, which lies there. So 6 का cube is 216, बिल्कुल. 7 का cube is 343, way beyond. So perfect cubes that ends in 3, 6, 9, 5 or 0, which got 2 such cases. है ना? अब perfect square ढूंढो. How many such perfect squares we have where the last digit is 3, 6, 9, 5 or 0? Well, if you guys remember, perfect squares, they never end in a 3. पता होगा, I think सबकी को, है ना? Perfect squares, they do end in 6, they do end in 9, but they will never end in 3. ये चलेगा. 6 पे end अगर होता है कोई भी perfect square, okay? So this n should end in a 4 or it should end in a 6, because 4 का square is 16 का 6, 6 का square is 36 का 6, right? So from 1 to 250, how many such numbers we have whose values end in 4 or 6, because their squares will end in 6. हम एक एक करके चेक कर रहे हैं. So can I say we can have from here 4, 6, 14. If I write 16, 16 square is 256, which is more than the range we have. We will have 3 such cases. अब आते हैं 9 पे. A number square should end in 9. When is this going to happen? When the number is going to end in a 3 or it is going to end in a 7. है ना? 3 या 7 में it's going to be 3, 7, 13. Can I take 17? No. क्योंकि 16 का square 256 है, 17 का तो 250 से ज्यादा है. So these are the 3 numbers again whose square will end in 3, 6 or 9. I hope this is fine, this is clear. Now it's the turn for 5. We have a number whose square should end in a 5. So can we say this number should itself end in a 5? That's the only way. 5 से end करने वाले numbers are going to be 5, 15. Can we take 25? No. So we will have 2 such here. अब आते हैं 0 पे. A number square is going to end in a 0, right? So should we take 0 or not? अब ये एक क्वेश्चन बनता है कि 0 लिया जाए कि नहीं लिया जाए. लेना चाहिए क्योंकि 3 और 5 के मल्टीपल में तो है. 0 is in the table of every number, even though we don't say 1 into 0 is 0, 1 into 1 is 1. We don't do that, but 0 is always there in the table, right? So the number should end in 0. So 0 से end करने वाला number तो एक ही बनेगा 10, because 20 का square will be 400, which is way beyond this. So we will have one more number here. Total, how many numbers did we get which follows this condition out of 250? 250 में कितने ऐसे numbers मिले हमें? ना. Good, Aishwarya. 11. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 2 plus 2, 4. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 1, 11. So 11 upon 250. So people, why were you saying option B or D? 0 वाला भूल गए थे क्या? हाँ सुमित, 10 का square is 100, no? So 100 is a number whose units digit is a multiple of 3 or 5. 0 is a multiple of 5, no? Is it clear? Perfect cube mein you got two cases that were 5 cube and 6 cube, which were 125 and 216. Perfect square we got 9 cases. 9 cases में 3 से end होने वाला एक भी नहीं. 9 से end होने वाले we got 3 of them. 6 से end होने वाले we got 3 of them. 5 से end होने वाले we got 2 of them. And 0 से end होने वाला we got 1 of them. These three that is going to end, I mean these three numbers that will end in 9, they were 3 square, 7 square and 13 square. 6 से end होने वाले में they were 4 square, 6 square and 14 square. 5 से end होने वाले में those were 5 square and 15 square. That's it. And 0 से end होने वाले में केवल एक था 10 square. So total we have is 11. So 11 upon 250. Okay, why do we have two options that say 11 upon 250? Okay, so A और C दोनों में से कोई एक आंसर होगा, है ना? देखते हैं. चलो A है. Same thing. 11 upon 250 is going to be the answer. अरे वृंदा, क्वेश्चन आप ध्यान से पढ़ो. जो आप ले रहे हो एक नंबर 10 का स्क्वायर 100 है, ठीक है? 100 is a number which is a perfect square and whose unit digit is either a multiple of 3 or 5. Is this part true or not? वो 1 to 250 इग्नोर करो. आप ये देखो कि अगर उसने 100 नंबर का बॉल पिक करा तो will that number which is written on the ball, will it follow this condition or not? That 100 is either a perfect cube or a perfect square and its last digit, units digit, is a multiple of 3 or 5. कर रहा है ना? So is 0 the ball that she has picked or is it the 100 the ball that she has picked? 100 को पिक कर रहा है ना, तो 100 तो बिल्कुल है इस रेंज में, नहीं? So obviously there are two things here. One is the picking of the ball and then the condition. तो थोड़ा confusing है, पर थोड़ा slow चलोगे तो clear रहेगा. And the last question for the day. Rima has a collection of a few movie cassettes which she wants to organize in her Almira shelf. She has 5 old movie cassettes, 4 album cassettes and 6 new movie cassettes and wants to place them in a shelf such that old movie cassettes are placed together, album cassettes are placed together and new movie cassettes are placed together. In how many ways can these cassettes be placed? I don't know if you guys are aware of what cassettes are. VHS steps. If you know, you guys are old. Okay. So, since it is not mentioned whether the cassettes are identical or distinct, they will be distinct. आप ही सोचो, if you are going to have a movie cassette or a movie CD, एक ही movie के 4 CD घर में लेके रखोगे क्या? नहीं ना. So they are going to be distinct. Distinct also the other reason, because if they are not distinct, the number of cases will drop down to very few. Looking at the options, बहुत बड़े values हैं, right? So obviously they need to be distinct. So we have old movie cassettes. So O1, O2, O3, O4, O5, ये 5 मान लेते हैं. 4 album cassettes, A1, A2, A3 and A4, let's assume that. And 6 new movie cassettes, so N1, N2, N3, N4, N5 and N6. Suppose these are 6 new movie cassettes. And this is how we need to arrange them. This O1 to O5 can arrange bit among themselves, A1 to A4 आपस में, N1 to N6 आपस में, और फिर ये भी आपस में. It doesn't say that old movie cassettes need to be on the leftmost. ये बीच में भी आ सकता है. So, in how many ways can we arrange these 5 itself? In 5 factorial ways. In how many ways can we arrange these 4 album? 4 factorial ways, and these 6 new cassettes? 6 factorial ways. Okay. Now let's do one thing. इनको ना rubber band से बांध देते हैं. All these 5 old movie cassettes rubber band से बांध दिया. 4 albums, using a rubber band we bind them together, and these 6 new movie cassettes इनको भी bind कर लिया. Now you have only 3 objects now. One is old movie का एक bunch, another is albums का bunch, and you have got new movies का bunch. Now these 3, whenever you will arrange them, they will obviously have they will always end up in a scenario where all the old movie cassettes are together only, right? So इसके बाद इसका into 3 factorial, as in they can be arranged in those many ways. So my answer is going to be 5 factorial into 4 factorial into 6 factorial, 5 factorial, 4 factorial, 6 factorial into 3 factorial. Looking at the options, तो अब इसको solve नहीं कर सकते ना ऐसे बड़े बड़े numbers. We don't have the calculator. So 5 factorial has a 5, 6 factorial has a 5, and we will have enough number of 2's. So every 5 and a 2 will give us 0. So those 0 तो होंगे last में. So we can ignore these 2. We can look at C and D में से. Next, is there any other unique value that we have? Well, if you look at the number of 2's we are going to have, so 4 factorial itself is 24, है ना? And 5 factorial भी 24 होगा. 24 का मतलब है 8 and 8. Can I say my final answer should be in the table of 8 into 8, 64 for sure? मतलब वो 32 के टेबल में भी होगा, 16 के टेबल में भी होगा, and so on and so forth. If a number is in the table of, let's say 16, its last 4 digits should be in the table of 16. Agreed? So इन दोनों में से किस नंबर के लास्ट 4 digits 16 के टेबल में? If you look at 8600, 86 is not in the table of 16. If 86 is not in the table of 16, think about it. Right? Do you think 8600 will be? सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है कि अगर 503 के टेबल 5 अगर 3 के टेबल में नहीं है तो 500 हो जाएगा क्या, या 5000? नहीं हो सकता ना. So if 86 is not in the table of 16, 8600 won't be, right? So answer is going to be C option, Charlie. In case you guys have multiplied it, that's not what you had to do, right? Just see by doing prime factorization that the final answer should be in the table of which. इतना टाइम नहीं होगा हमारे पास एग्जाम में कि हम एक्चुअली मल्टीप्लाई करें. 5 factor is 120 into 24 into 720 into 6. बाहर है औकात से. So the answer is going to be Charlie. So everybody please make sure that when you leave, you like the video. Few announcements to make. Tomorrow, Mr. Gaurav is going to take arithmetic session for you guys. The timing is going to be same 8 p.m. Okay. So everybody please make sure that you join this, because arithmetic is, like every other exam, the most important topic in TISSNET as well. Okay. And on 25th of February, do not forget to join us for the live analysis of TISSNET 2023. So you can have all your queries cleared over there. What should be the cutoff, what to expect. If you tell us your score or the number of attempts you have, we can give you very good idea as to, you have a chance or not. And we are going to start our another batch of CAT 2023 comprehensive program, wherein we will provide you with a tablet that will consist of more than 300 engaging videos. And there are going to be some recorded lectures as well, which are going to be another 300, more than 300, at least 300. You also are provided concept problems. So those recorded videos, they may be concept problems or not, but there are live classroom sessions that happen wherein we provide you with more than 200 hours of live session. Concepts, starting from the very basic. What is percentage, what is ratios, how to attempt an LRDI set, easy level से moderate से difficult, सब discuss करते हैं. We also provide you with more than 75 mocks, whether those are CAT or other entrance exams, management based. You will have more than 10,000 questions to practice. You will have 4 books to solve in the offline mode. You will get more than 5 years of previous year questions. You will be helped with your GDPI and VAT preparation as well. So all of these are included in the comprehensive program. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I hope this session was helpful. Make sure that you like and share. If you guys have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe the channel, sorry. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and like our Facebook page, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep MBA. You can download our app, which is on Google Play. All the descriptions are given in all the links are given in the description below. And also you can join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S MBA Doubts, wherein whatever queries you have, you can share that and we can discuss. Thank you. Well, good luck everyone for your TISSNET exam. Do well, don't panic. Okay. Let's hope I get to see you again right before TISSNET exam if we have another session with you guys. Chalo, bye-bye.